Hey guys, so I have been dying to do this video for a long time. I thought this would be a lot of fun to do today and then come back maybe in like 5 or 6 months and see if my preferences have changed. But this is basically going to be my top wax vendor video. These are in no order at all. Basically, I am basing my top vendors on throw only. Obviously, they have to have some amount of customer service and the wax has to look somewhat decent. But for the most part, if it throws good, then I'm all on board. So these are the scents that, or the vendors that I have warmed over and over again. I'm also going to have a few like runner-ups, if that's what you want to call it. And these are, I will talk about this as I go along, but there's a few in here that I have really not warmed through enough of the scents to really get a sense of how their wax throws on a regular basis. But the ones that I'm going to show you first are the ones that I have warmed quite a bit through and that I can always count on for a good throw performance. So obviously the first one in front of you here, I'm just going to get right into it and keep it moving. So the first one here is Super Tarts, and I consistently get a good throw from Super Tarts in even my biggest rooms. Brandy's stuff always throws well. So I just pulled out a little clamshell here just to give you an idea of what her wax looks like. And I believe that she is all paraffin. And she does really cute designs with her clamshells. Her clamshell openings are probably some of my favorites. She does the samplers also sometime during the month. She'll do like a sampler, which usually comes in scent shot cups. So this is what her scent shot cup looks like. And she also has customs. Yes, they're just called customs. And it depends on what she's going to do for any particular month. But this is a custom pan a super pan that I had done probably a couple months ago in frosted tangerine roses. And she does a really nice job on her super pans. So I think she does bags and super flowers. Yes, and then she just started something called BAM bars. Is that what it's called? I don't remember. But anyways, her stuff is good. Always great performance with Super Tarts. Now, her stuff is not as easily accessible. You do kind of have to wait for an opening, like I said. However, there are quite a few opportunities with openings. You know, she does the customs, and then she does usually the scent shot samplers, and then she does the clamshell openings. I think her latest clamshell opening is a 6 to 7 week turnaround time, so just be aware of that. There's also a Super Tarts buy, sell, and trade board, I believe. So if you're itching to get your hands on some Super Tarts, that is a good place to go. So Super Tarts, highly recommend. Always strong throw. I've warmed through quite a bit. Love it. Okay, the second one up is Rainbow Melts. I freaking love Rainbow Melts. Now, in the beginning, I think I started buying from Rainbow Melts probably in was it the summertime? And she had a lot of fruity blends, and I found that I'm not really a huge fruity blend person. I really like her bakery stuff, or I like bakery scents and wax. So when she came out with her Halloween and Christmas stuff is really when I fell in love with her wax. Now, one of the things too is I got some Christmas scents, and the pour date on them, like for this for instance, was 11/22, and I started warming her stuff like right around probably like the 20th of December. And this stuff was throwing and kicking like you would not believe. Some companies, I need to let their wax cure for a couple months. And her stuff was good to go like as soon as I received it. So that for me is important, and her stuff throws really well for me. I really, really enjoy her bakery scents. She has, like, during the wintertime, she does a lot of different shapes. She kind of changes it up. So like she's got the cinnamon buns. Really good. For wintertime, she did these little, I don't know what these are called, like little gumdrops. She's got snowflakes, snowflake cookies. And then for Halloween time, she did this cute little owl. Now, she was kind of hard to catch in the beginning. She would just have these restocks planned like for a certain date, and then she would tell you the time, and then you had to get on there. And I did hear a lot of people say that stuff was like would drop from their carts and it was hard to order from. Well, now what she's doing is she's just restocking her site whenever she can. So if you're looking to order from Rainbow Melt, in fact, I think I checked like a couple days ago and she still had some things kind of lingering on there. And I noticed that she did add some stuff. So just always check her site now, because she is, I guess that's going to be, I don't know if it's like a trial thing for her right now, but I think she's going to try it out and see how it works out. So she is no longer going to be just like, you know, you have to wait for the opening. You can just go on and see what's available. So that's pretty cool. What else? I'm not really sure what kind of wax she is. I think she's Parasoy. But again, she's got some really great blends, some really great scents. Her zucchini bread is amazing if you like that kind of stuff. I really like her bakery, like I said, but that's just me because I'm not a big fruity person. But Rainbow Melts is great. Crystal is a super sweet lady. I have PM'd with her a couple times and she's always quick to get back with me, or, you know, whatever. She's good, and she's good at keeping you updated. She has a full-time job as well. So, you know, you got to keep that in consideration, that, you know, a lot of these vendors, this is not their full-time job. This is just a thing they do on the side. So you need to keep that in mind when you're on their site. So, okay, next up on my favorites, or my top throwing vendors, would be Haley's Heavenly Scents. I have warmed through quite a bit of Haley's Heavenly Scents and have had really good luck with her throw. Some of my favorite blends from her are her Grandma's blends, which is her creamy zucchini. So she has a wide variety of shapes. Like, I don't know if you can see in here, but this is a donut shape. She has scallop tarts. I really love this one as well. Her blackberry jam butter cookies, really love that one. And then she also does, well, besides doing a wide variety of shapes, she does scent shot cups, and I think she does like loaves as well. She does a lot of stuff. Like, if you just go to her site and look around, you'll see that she's got a ton of different shapes and ways to get her wax. She also has a huge scent list. In fact, it can almost be intimidating when you first go on there. I would say just try, you know, a small amount of things that you think you might like. I kind of made the mistake in the beginning of just ordering like a bunch of different things that just sounded good at the time. And then when I got them, I was like, and not just from Haley's Heavenly Scents, I mean like every vendor, I was like, ooh, that sounds good. And then I tried it, warmed it, and I was like, this may not be my scent. So just go easy when you are first starting out. But some of her scent shot cups sometimes, and I'm just going to mention this because you hear a lot of people, like if you've watched some of my wax reviews, I've shown the bottom of her cups that have a little bit of oil in them. That's never affected performance for me, and I really don't know what's up with that, but some of her stuff can be a tad bit oily, which, you know, if that bothers you, then you may not want to order from Haley's Heavenly Scents, but it doesn't really bother me, so I just keep ordering from her. So anyways, strong throw from her. I believe she's all paraffin as well. Just good stuff. So yeah, Haley's Heavenly Scents is definitely on my list. Okay, so next on my list is probably not going to be a big surprise. I just did a giveaway with like Providence Lodge because I love her stuff so much. I was like, this stuff is amazing. I need to do a giveaway with this stuff. And that is like Providence Lodge. This stuff throws amazing. This is probably one of my new favorite vendors just based on throw. Now, her scent list is not huge. I mean, it's big enough that you're sure to find something that you like. So the thing with her is that she tests her oils like pretty heavily. So I'm kind of glad that she has a smaller scent list because first of all, you don't get overwhelmed when you go on her site to look up scents. And second, you know that if you pick out a scent that it's probably been tested pretty, what's the word she uses, rigorously? Basically what I'm trying to say is if you pick out a scent, you're probably going to know that it's been tested, and like everything I've smelled from her, even things that I didn't think I was going to like, I did end up liking. So her oils are some good stuff. So she has a bunch of different shapes. She is on Etsy. She does have a ready to ship area. She's got pour to order, and then she has like scent shot cups, samplers. I forgot to pull those out. But there's a wide range of things for you to choose from, however you want to try her stuff. Her shapes are just gorgeous. I mean, we've got a leaf here. She does some rosebuds, which are really beautiful. And some of like my new favorite scents are from her. So definitely a winner here with like Providence Lodge. Was there anything else I wanted to say? Oh, she's all paraffin. I had a scent shot from her the other day. I've had actually a couple things from her. I believe her scent shot cups are either 1.4 or 1.5 ounces. And I put one scent shot in my kitchen, which traditionally I've had trouble with other vendors throwing in there. This one scent shot threw, like, I almost had to like leave the house because it was so overwhelming. I finally had to turn it off and cut it in half because it was so strong. So knowing that, I mean, so you can cut her scent shots in half if it's like a super strong scent. So that's one thing to know, as well as that just her scent throw is amazing. And again, I've warmed a lot of her stuff in my bigger areas, and it always throws well, smells great. Just a lot of good scents from her. You really cannot go wrong. So anyways, let's move on. So Lake Providence Lodge is another one of my tops. Okay, so no top vendor list could be complete without including vintage chic scents. One thing I do want to say about her stuff right up front is you have to let it cure. I have tried to warm some of her stuff like shortly after I received it, and it was a no-go. Like, it threw strong for maybe like an hour and then it died like super quick. So you really need to let her stuff cure like for a little bit. So definitely keep that in mind when you're ordering from her. I mean, I don't know. Some people may have good luck throwing her stuff in. This is just my opinion. But for me, like, I definitely let her stuff cure to get the best and longest throw. So these are her old shapes for her flower 3-packs. And then she just recently switched to these medallion looking deals. So she does clamshells, which are always so cutely done. She does a little glitter and a little charm in there. This is from Christmas. And then she also has scent shots. One thing about her openings is you have to be kind of quick on your feet. You have to go on her site and kind of make a wish list. You definitely need to join her Facebook group page to get all the latest info on her next restock. That's where she lists where her scents are that she's going to be pouring, and she tells you, like, I've poured this in the flower 3-packs, and then she'll list all the scents. So you tailor your wish list based on what she has poured. That way, when her restock opens back up, you can go straight to your wish list and you can add to cart, that kind of thing. So you do have to be quick on your feet with her restocks. Her stuff sells out super fast. She's very popular. So I usually try to keep my wish list down to like 6 or 7 things. I feel like if I go any higher than that, I'm at risk of losing things. And even when I keep my wish list at like 6 or 7 things, I have lost some things before. So again, just, go in. Like, I remember the very first restock I did with Kirby, I remember I had a list of like 20 things, and yeah, that was hilarious. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get all 20 things. I'm going to try all her stuff out, and yeah, that was not going to happen. She is way more popular than that, and you really have to just pick what you really want to try, and then just know that she opens in another 2 weeks and you get another shot. So, you just kind of spread out the love. So anyway, so that's Vintage Chic. Like I said, join our Facebook group page. That's where you get all the info, and she's just got beautiful designs. I like her molds. Her scents are always, like, most of her scents for me have always been, like, some of my favorite scents are from VCS. So that is definitely a winner. Just like I said, though, just let her stuff cure and you'll be good to go. So another one of my top faves. Okay, so this next vendor is going to be my wild card which kind of just means that this is kind of a new to me vendor, but so far everything that I've been warming has been really amazing and a nice strong throw. So I wanted to include this vendor in my list, and that is Sugar and Spice. Now, her options for purchasing are scent shot cups and I believe 1 pound bags. So you can order a pack of like 3 scent shots, a pack of 4 scent shots, or a 1 pound bag, and they all have to be in the same scents. Okay, one really cool thing about her website as well is you can custom blend up to 3 of her scents in your order. So like the scent shot, let's see, which one did I do? Oh, this scent shot right here. I did a mix of rosemary mint and cotton candy fluff. And so you can do that with up to 3 scents. So I could have technically added one more scent here, because I think I did rosemary mint and then cotton candy fluff was 2, but you can technically do 3, which I think is really cool, because if you find a scent from another vendor that's like a little bit harder to get from, then you know that might be an option, is to go custom blend your own with Sugar and Spice. Her turnaround time is like, I just put in an order a couple days ago and like it was already ready to ship within like a couple of days, but I think on our website it says like 7 to 10 business days or something, so it's not a long wait at all. She sometimes, I think, restocks her ready to ship, so you sometimes can just get the single cups by themselves based on what she pours, so that's always nice to know. Anyways, but her stuff for me has been throwing really well in my daughter's Scentsy warmer. Like I said, this is kind of a new to me vendor, so I haven't really warmed a lot in my 20-watt hot plates yet, so I'm not sure how it does. But in a Scentsy warmer, holy crap, like the scent throw, I was just blown away, and every scent I've tried has been super strong. So I'm really loving Sugar and Spice right now, and I don't think she gets talked about very much, but if I keep warming through her stuff and keep liking it, she would definitely make my top vendors for throw. So okay, so now on to my runner-ups, I guess is what I'm going to call it. Now, these aren't bad vendors by any means at all. These are just ones that I've had a little bit more hit or miss with. So, and that's pretty common with every vendor, is to have hit or misses, but throw-wise, like when I think of throw, I think of like my largest rooms, and I think, what would I put in my largest rooms based on the vendors I just talked about? Those would be the ones. So what I said before, Super Tarts, Rainbow Melts like Providence Lodge, VCS, Haley's Heavenly Scent, Sugar and Spice, I would all use in large areas. 10-digit creations, I would tend to use maybe in a smaller space, or not necessarily a smaller space like a bathroom, but maybe more of a bedroom. I wouldn't use them in an open concept area, is I guess is what I'm trying to say. So she has quite a, actually it's a team, it's a husband and wife team. I believe it's Amber and Ken, and they have a great selection of tarts, and I mean, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with their wax. I love their earthy, let's see, what's the terms I want to use, fresh scents. Like some of their herbal scents are really, really good. So you can get their wax in different forms, usually in these little, I've heard, is it Smelly Lady that says the Reese's cup looking tins, which I think is hilarious. But you can get them in like the 4-pack, you can get them in the 2-pack here, and then also the singles. And she by far has probably some of the least inexpensive wax I've ever seen, so definitely check her out if you get a chance. One thing I forgot to mention about 10-digit creations, you can pretty much order from them anytime. Turnaround time is like, I don't know, 1 or 2 days maybe. I know I've always gotten my orders really quick when I order, so that's another thing to keep in mind, is you can always order. And I believe she even has loaves, like big loaves. If you like a scent of like a whole bunch, you can, a whole bunch, that's really good grammar there. If you like something quite a bit, you can get a bigger size of it. So there's that. Okay, moving on. Okay, so my next runner-up is going to be Case Creations, and what you see in front of you here is some of the different varieties of wax that you can get from her as well. She does the single tarts and the sniffin' sticks, and then also the rainbow brittle, which is really gorgeous. One of my favorite scents from her is her cookie bread. So if you're a bakery person, I would definitely suggest trying her cookie bread. It is some good stuff. Now, one of the reasons why she falls in my runner-up categories is because I've kind of had some hit or misses with her as well. You just have to find what works. Now, I found that some of her, I think the issue I was having with some of her stuff was her like not mandarin, but like her grapefruit and like her citrus type scents were not warming as well for me. And to be honest, I've kind of been letting her stuff cure a little bit, so I kind of need to get warming through it again to kind of form a better opinion. So I would say for sure though that I would definitely warm her stuff in a smaller type area. I would not try to warm any of her stuff in a big open spaced area. So that's one thing to consider. I do love her cookie bread scents though, so I will continue to order from her based off of, I like some of my favorite scents come from her, like this, she's got some really good fresh and clean scents. Like I really love this Peaceful Paradise. She has, what else does she have? She has just a bunch of good cookie breads. I've got more cookie bread. I love her cookie breads. So yeah, she was one that I would definitely continue to order from, and I have let her stuff cure for a little bit. I have not placed a case order in a while, so I think I'm ready to go through and start warming through her stuff pretty soon and get through it so I can form a better opinion. Like I said, I wanted to do this so that I could come back in like 5 or 6 months and see how my opinions have changed. Now, that concludes my list. That's pretty much the ones that I have picked out. Now, some of the ones that I have not tried, but I've heard good things. Rose Girls, which I do have, but I'm letting the stuff cure before I even dip into that. Candles from the Keeping Room. I just got a smallish order from her like in December. I heard great things about her. Probably Candles from the Keeping Room would probably be at the top of most people's lists. Sassy Girl Aroma. There's Sniff My Tarts. Who else? I don't want to forget anybody, but oh, Front Porch would also, I didn't get any Front Porch out, but Front Porch is kind of a hit or miss. Like some of her scents are really strong and some not so strong. For the most part though, I mean, I would always order from Front Porch. Also the Bathing Garden. The Bathing Garden scrubs I would give I would say are some of my favorite scrubs ever, and I would continue to reorder Bathing Garden scrubs like over and over again. So some of her tarts are hit or miss for me. I have had some decent throwers, but for the most part I have to try really, really hard to get her stuff to throw. So that's just my level list. I'm looking over at my area to see if I missed anybody, but I don't think I did. So that's just kind of a guideline. And again, this is just my opinion. Obviously, everybody's going to have their own opinion on what are their favorite wax companies and whatnot, but I just wanted to, like I said, do this and see what I thought now versus maybe in 5 or 6 months. So anyways, I'd love to know who your favorite company is. Oh, Glitterati. I just got a Glitterati order. I have not warmed any Glitterati, so I can't speak on Glitterati. Like I said, there's a bunch of companies I have not tried, so just keep that in mind. These are just the ones that I've tried and that I would personally reorder from again and again. So anyways, that is just my little list. I'm sorry if I feel like I'm talking a million miles a minute, but I feel like I have a lot to do today, so I'm just trying to get this out there. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye.